Hello, everybody. Welcome back once again. Another edition of Inside the Headset. We're week 3, game 3, running right through them, kids. High school football just don't last that long. You do a lot of preparation. You do a lot of work, only for 10 games. And this Friday night, a third of the season will be over. And I'm out here at the launch pad, and it'll be their first home game this Friday night. We'll talk about that, but I got with me the head coach of the Rockville Rockets, head coach Brian Guthrie. How you doing today, Coach?
Better than last week.
I tell you what, you are. You're 1-1, and let's jump right into it.
Okay.
Went down to Smyrna, an old stomping ground of mine, and a place that a lot of tradition, a tough place to play. It's a great place if you're a Bulldog, but you were on the other side with your troops and your team in a non-conference game. And talk a little bit about you guys got down there. So take us a little bit through the logistics. You got down there about what time? And then take us through.
Well, we just pushed everything back an hour. So we usually try to get everywhere about. We usually try to get to away games about 5:30, and then we go on the field at 6:05. So we just pushed everything back, got there at 6:30, got on the field at 7:05.
Was traffic bad getting down there?
No.
Okay,
we strolled right in there.
Okay.
It's a real short trip for us.
Okay.
It took 25 minutes, something like that, 25 minutes. But they were very accommodating. The athletic director, Mike Wright, over there does a really good job, and they had everything set, told us exactly where to go, what to do. They had a little hiccup with some air conditioning, but it ended up not being a big deal. And,
the air conditioning wasn't for the game. I mean, you wasn't going to be enjoying that on the field.
No. So it was fine. But they were very accommodating. They were very good hosts, and it's a really good place to play football. Except that darn Shipley. We talked about him last week, right?
Jeff Shipley.
That sucker played Happy Trails at the end of the game anyway, even though we won. Sucker.
That's unusual. I mean, well, Jeff, so I was just telling them, I started in 2001. Jeff was already there. I do not know how long Jeff has been there. I would say
forever.
26, 27
Easy.
Years.
He's been there ever since I was at Laverne in 98. Got to Laverne in 98, so he's been there forever.
And we had a lot of unusual things, and I didn't think about it, but week 2 is one of those games you kind of got to watch out for. And I don't know if you saw the tweet we put out, but we asked Dean Fox, the Fox that Rocks, when's the last time that Blackman lost, Riverdale lost, and Oakland lost all on the same Friday night? Go back, it was 2006, almost 16 years ago, Coach. So that game 2, I don't want to say it's a trap game, but if you win on the first Friday night and you get complacent a little bit, you kind of think, oh, we're good, and that wasn't happening with you.
Well, it's not a trap game when you play Smyrna. I mean, Smyrna, they're going to be solid. They're going to come after you every Friday night. So
good offensive line and defensive line. So were the Barksdale kid.
He's a load now.
Man, Matt. Smyrna didn't use him that much. They used him as much as they could, and maybe they were just trying to see, who's going to be the guy against Riverdale. But he got a lot of carries against you all and really packed the football.
He's a load.
Up with 126 yards.
You got to bring 3 or 4 hats to the football when he's carrying it.
Yeah,
he's a load now.
Yeah, and so you guys.
He runs angry.
He's a violent runner, as we like to say on Start Vision. So you get into it, you get into the flow of it. It sounded like your quarterback played pretty well.
He did. He threw a couple of picks. One of them was off a receiver's hand. Was a tip off a receiver's hand, and the other one he was just trying to make a play, just trying to force it in
there. Yeah.
But he was trying to make a play. He got out of the pocket, and like I said, was just trying to make a play. It was a close game all night. We just kept shooting ourselves in the foot with procedure penalties and holding penalties, and we're just playing undisciplined on offense right now. We've got to get that fixed, and that's on us as coaches. But that's what we'll do this week is try to get those things corrected. We're going into another good disciplined, well coached football team next week. So. We've got to quit beating us and try to beat the other team.
Well, you're going to be at home, and it's funny, special teams was kind of one of the cards that was played against you on last Friday night, not this past one, but the Friday before when you were at Nolensville, and one of their weapons is going to be special teams, from what we understand.
They got a
Tullahoma
kicker.
Wildcats and take it away, Coach.
They got a kicker. I mean, they crossed the 40 and they've got a chance for points. So, I mean, he's good from 55 probably. So.
And they were in an unusual game with that coffee pot. That's a big game.
Oh, it's huge. I mean, they'll have a $30,000-$40,000 gate. I mean, that's a huge game down there.
And that's one of the oldest rivalries in the state of Tennessee, isn't it? Is Coffee County taking on Tullahoma?
I don't know of two teams that hate each other more than in the state than those two do.
Yeah, and it's all because of there's been a little bit of recruiting going back and forth within their county, but all in good fun. I'm sure kid may get to where I don't want to play for this team. Maybe I want to go play for another team and go right across the road and play for somebody else. Defensively, how did you feel like you did against the Bulldogs? You held them, of course. You held them from.
We played lights out. I mean, we gave up right before the half. We gave up a field goal, and then they scored a touchdown on a busted play, and the quarterback ended up keeping it and just finding a crease. And I mean, it was sometimes.
Which quarterback was it? Because they played 3 the other night.
They played 3. It was the starter, 13 or whatever his number was. But I think we held Thomas Jones pretty much in check.
Yeah.
Barksdale had a night. Like I said, he's a load. But other than that, I don't think they threw but for 30 or 40 yards. So. They've got some questions they got to answer, but we played really well on defense. Cam Frierson had another unbelievable night. He had 14 tackles, 3 sacks, 2 for loss. I mean, he's just all over the place. Brooks had another good night. He had 9 tackles. Timmy Williams, our outside linebacker, had 2 sacks, 9 tackles. I mean, those guys are just playing. We're clicking pretty good on defense right now, as long as we keep doing what we're doing and don't let success on that side of the ball get to our heads. But
that's your hottest card right now.
That's our hottest card right now. Right now, they're carrying us a little bit, but that's always the case at the beginning of the season. Defense is always going to play better than offense at the beginning of the season. So I have no doubt that that Coach Ebb and those guys are going to get our offense, settled down and fixed. And got a lot of faith in Brennan, our quarterback. He's playing really well. He's doing really good, getting handling the pocket, getting it, and escaping the pocket when he needs to. We've got to play better up front. We didn't play very good up front Friday night, and we've got to do better because we're capable of a lot better than what we played Friday night.
Run game, are you got a little ways to go with that on offense?
Well, like I said, I mean, we've got to do we've got to do up front what we're capable of doing.
Right.
I got a ton of confidence in Grant Gardner. He's a junior running back we get for us. And, he's got excellent vision, and so I got a lot of faith in him. I mean, I think our running game's fine. I mean, we ran the ball for almost 200 the other night. So,
okay.
Yeah, I mean, it was fine, but it could have been a lot better.
Crowd and fans and faculty, staff, and administration, the Rocket Clan, I guess.
Man, it was great. They came and showed out, and our student section was awesome. Everybody. Band was awesome. I mean, it was a really good environment over there.
A lot of people don't know it, but you're happy. This is a great place to be. You've got a lot of support. You've got a lot of good things going. This is right now. This is a good place to be for you in your coaching career as well as everything going on.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about it before. Being a head coach wasn't really on my radar, but the stars kind of aligned. It was the perfect place, the perfect time, perfect administration. The kids are I love our kids, love our staff. Our staff's great. I know this. A lot of people say this, but I think we got one of the best staffs in the state. I mean, as far as character and the way those guys work and love on our kids, I just think they're awesome.
Well, I sure do like your principal, Steve Luker, because he's an athletic-minded.
Well, he's the only one I don't like. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, Mr. Luker takes care of us. He's a football guy.
Oh yeah.
He's an old football coach, and he likes to come draw stuff up and tell me what I need to be running. But other than that, he's great.
All right, kids, Friday night right here at the launch pad. And that game is at 7 o'clock, and it'll be against the Tullahoma Wildcats. Y'all be here.